Welcome back. It is one of the most useful tools you can have, knowing how to administer CPR, but there is some new guidance on how to do so.
For more on what we need to know, we want to bring in our 9 News medical expert, Dr. Pyle Coley. And Dr. Coley, I mean, we were just talking about it. It's one of those things that as many times as you try and remember exactly what to do, whenever, if you ever, God forbid, need to use those in real life, you want to try and just think back to those situations when you were learning and practicing and all that. And now there's changes into what people should do. Tell us about that.
Yeah, I mean, so most likely in your life, you may come across somebody who's either choking or somebody who needs CPR, because we have 750,000 adults that have out-of-hospital cardiac arrest, 90% mortality. 7,000 kids, they have up to 94% mortality. So really, as you said, Mark, this is a life-saving thing, and you have to just burn it into your brain. Now, the confusing thing is we keep changing the rules. So let me take you through
Doesn't make it easy, right?
So well, you're in healthcare, so you do this all the time. But for the regular Joes who just took a class on the weekend once, you know.
So let's start with choking. So if you see somebody who's choking, it used to be abdominal thrust, Heimlich maneuver, right? You put them around, you put your hands here, do this. No, now for adults, you start with 5 back thrusts, then you do 5 Heimlichs or abdominal thrusts, then 5 more back thrusts, then 5 more.
So you're talking almost like pushing them.
You're just slapping them on the back really hard as you can, kind of in the middle of their back, basically to dislodge the food particle or whatever is stuck in their airway. So for adults and kids, you want to do 5 back, 5 abdominal. For infants, you don't want to push on their abdomen because that can cause trauma. So you turn them down and do this kind of upside down back thrust, 5 of those, then turn them over and do 5 chest thrusts. So the same sort of concept, which is you're really loosening that food particle from both sides, but just don't push on the infant's belly. You want to make sure to push on their chest.
I had to take that class whenever I was pregnant about the babies, and it's very jarring to hold a doll upside down, but you got to get it out, right?
Well, and you want to angle it such that it kind of almost projectile comes out of their mouth, because they can't expel it in the same way that an adult can.
Yeah, that makes sense. Okay, so that is when it comes to something choking. What about CPR changes?
Yeah, so CPR changes, the big changes there is to the infant CPR. So probably when you took a class for your daughter, they used to say that you can use 2 fingers to push on the breastbone.
Like to the sound of a song.
Yeah,
like Staying Alive.
Yeah, 100 to 100.
But that's changed.
So the frequency is the same. You're still pushing at the same frequency, but you're no longer using 2 fingers, because people that were using 2 fingers weren't compressing the sternum enough to actually generate circulation, because what you're trying to do is basically be the heart and push the blood out of the heart to the brain. So you either have to wrap your hands around the baby, if they're small enough, put them down, and then use 2 thumbs in the middle of the sternum, or you want to use the butt of one single hand. In adults, obviously, you lace both hands together and use those. It's really important to make sure that if you're doing adult CPR, the torso is lined up with your knees, because that's the most effective for compressing. And then breaths, it's different for kids and adults. So kids definitely need rescue breaths. So you want that ratio to be 30 to 2. So 30 compressions to 2 rescue breaths. Adults, if you're not comfortable giving rescue breaths, just do compressions only. But if you are comfortable, do the same 30 to 2 ratio.
Before we let you go, we've seen a lot of overdoses, and we see that all across the country with opioids and different drugs and everything. You just hear about it a lot more. Now there are new guidelines as well. Instead of just calling 911 and saying, hey, we need an ambulance here, I think somebody's overdosing, they actually want people to step in with things like naloxone, right?
Yes, it's amazing. I mean, they're empowering you to give Narcan, right? And so if you see pinpoint pupils, you see slow breathing, you see purple lips, you see gurgling sounds, these are all signs of a potential overdose, usually opioid. Go ahead and squirt 1 squirt of Narcan into the nostril, wait 2 to 3 minutes, keep going. Every 2 to 3 minutes, squirt more and more Narcan until they wake up or until the EMS arrives. And then, of course, if you have an injection form of Narcan, you do the same thing every 2 to 3 minutes. But really empowering people to help others, because, again, if you stop breathing, that means your heart stops, your brain doesn't get oxygen. Game over.
Now, that will require you to carry Narcan on you. However, it's getting easier to get, right? Isn't it? Like, it's over the counter now. You just buy it at the drugstore.
I think you can get it for free in some places in Denver, even like libraries.
A good reminder that maybe all of us, even if you don't think you have someone in your life who would need this, it might be worth just having.
Well, workplaces, I know they carry it on airplanes, so I think you'd be surprised how easily you can find Narcan if you need it in a pinch.
You could save a life.
Very much so.
And they also put in there, anyone over the age of 12 should know full CPR and Heimlich and resuscitation.
12.
So, yes, they have looked at the scientific evidence and said, after the age of 12, you're fully capable of performing high quality CPR. So I encourage you to teach everybody in your family this holiday season how to do CPR, because it really is going to come.
Everyone could
I need a refresher. I need a refresh. Dr. Coley, thank you. And of course, you can always find more with Dr. Coley at 9news.com/Dr. Coley. Thank you.